Okay. Here, now this is through the eyes of, I mean, anybody can look over documentation. Like I said, it could be a coincidence, or, when you look through the eyes of the divine feminine or the shaman, or just somebody who's very attentive to detail, or through the eyes of the magician, you know what I mean? Or when the sun illuminates what's been going on during the moon cycles, this is what you see. Okay, first we have, this is a court document. That's what you see, right? Now look closer. And like I said, I was thrown into chains and shackles before any of this was even created. Now look what we have. Decreed when? 9/11/31. 9/11. Okay. Example number 1. Okay. They said that I was trespassing. Look at my address. Look at my address, y'all. I was trespassing, right? The first set of charges: trespassing, communicating threats, and stalking. Look. This is my address. You can verify at the post office. I did that. And I wanted to receive documentation, but they wouldn't allow me for whatever reason. They said I would have to get a lawyer to do it, but that's my address. You know what I mean? My mailing address. Okay, second example. Okay, pardon me. I was doing a lot of alchemy in there. I was writing every day. Just writing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep from losing my mind, losing my shit. You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. It's a lot, y'all. Bear with me. Okay. Yeah, has her listed as the victim. Victim says he walked by her apartment and was yelling and cursing. I swear to God on everything, that did not happen. Melissa. Oh, excuse me. I'm not able to mention her name, but this is the person that has been victimizing me. So in case I do end up past deceased or back in jail, this is who's been doing this to me. And I went to the magistrate first and explained to them what happened. Like I said, y'all, I exhausted every way to do things right, and to not yell and curse or be aggressive, or I would never harm a woman. She put on here that I assaulted her. And that's not true, you know what I mean? But, okay. Now, here we go. Example number 3, y'all. Look, what you see is a document, right? Yeah, very document. Now, look closely through the eyes of the Hierophant, through the eyes of the High Priestess. Court date, 9/11. When? 9 a.m. And then my court date, it didn't actually start until 11 a.m. 9/11. I was supposed to go on at 9. We didn't end up going on till 11. Okay. All right. That's like I said, y'all. I might be tripping. I'm just putting this out there for y'all. Here, use my mental condition against me. Lies. Tried to get me at a psych ward one time. Called the police on me. Set me up, and they rolled up on me. And then I was able to show them that I'm not suicidal. So she used this, and this is how the police were able to humiliate me and strip me down naked and put me in a suicide gown and keep me in a 4x7, a human kennel. That was used. My condition of bipolar 1 was used against me and exploited and used against me by this covert narcissist who has ties to law enforcement. And this happened all when I questioned her integrity about the passing of Jacovian Burgess, who was who the young man who discovered his body, who may have been responsible for giving him the lethal dose of whatever that caused him to go into shock. They colluded and put his body in a bed and left him there, and then called the police in the morning. And then when I questioned her moral integrity and say, hey, that's something that needs to be reported. People need to know details like that. This is someone's life. I know black people don't matter to white people that much. Not all white people, excuse me. I know that there's some fantastic people out there, and we're at a point where race shouldn't matter, but it does. And y'all know it does. So white people are granted more privilege, to get away with things, while we black men are victimized and brutalized, And so before the inevitable, I just want to get this out there. 9/11, ritual or coincidence, numerical coincidences of 911, okay? And like I said, when I called Caldwell County law enforcement that day and voiced my concern about it, she said that there will be someone, the officer will contact me, and then shortly after that, I was ambushed. So that's the only explanation as to why. The only explanation as to why that person would do that to me. The only explanation as to why. And so the smear, like I said, lies travel fast, the truth endures. To prove my innocence, I wrote this down. My aunt friends live in the complex, and that can be verified. My mailing address it's legally her mailing address. So if I get deceased or whatever, somebody investigates this, y'all have suspects, because if you go to the Lenore post office, my post office is that of the person who did this to me, and who also said that she would, be responsible for my mail coming from my lawyer. I was picked up by the plaintiff, and then I never assaulted her. She also convinced me to take medications. Like, she goes around saying I'm a drug addict and everything like that, but she convinced me to take medication that wasn't prescribed to me, saying that it would help me and it would help our relationship, which she received from a friend named Beth, who's also bipolar. So if this person, is acting like a damsel in distress, oh, help me, while she's convincing me to take medication that's not prescribed to me, saying that it'll help the condition of our relationship, and then discarding me, putting me out on the corner with all my stuff, and watching and grinning and gaining excitement off of my trauma, and then calling the police on me and victimizing me and weaponizing law enforcement based on her ties to law enforcement. After putting me out, she reported my food stamp card missing, and caused me to go into a manic state from starvation. And if I am guilty of any crime, it would be trespassing, because I didn't know I was banned. So if anything, that would be a legitimate grounds to charge me with trespassing. But to say that I assaulted and stalked and everything like that, come on, y'all. Like I said, we don't have any power, we don't have no voice or whatever, so I just do it myself, you know what I mean? Get it all out there before I pass away. And, you know what I mean? One more example, y'all. Let me see. Okay, what you see is a document, right? And I look through the eyes of the alchemist, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. It's arithmetics. You know what I mean? This is I'm just saying, y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is, look deeper. Like, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not someone to just be victimized. And maybe I have the skill set because there's so many people we don't know how many people have gone through this. Like I said, when I seen that young man's body in the morgue, it just, something didn't sit well with me. And when I heard that conversation, I was like, wow, like, this individual didn't report that information, but yet I've had the police called on me 9 times. And if, someone investigates that, they'll see that it was that individual. They've been harassing me and stalking me, and then turn around and saying that I'm doing it to them. And look at me, look where I'm at. What would I be doing stalking someone? I'm trying to survive in the dirt, in the rubble. So, you know what I mean? I'm just putting this out for the people, y'all. Look deeper into things. When somebody passes away, look deeper. Look who's around that person, who had access to that person, and look who stands to gain something from that person's demise. I believe I have one more example. Like I said, all this I wrote in jail. I wrote a whole book about my experience and my flowers and everything. And like I said, I just want to get this out there. But yeah, so that's it. You know what I mean? Again, excuse me, I was dry. I just do this out of the love for myself and, love for humanity. And, a lot of people haven't been able to, use their voice or had, social media or anything like that. This has been going on for a long time. So, for the sake of mankind and the new world that's coming, Christ consciousness, when Christ returns or whatever, this system here is, and I called the FBI about it, about the everything that's been going on. So we'll see. But until then, I'm still subject to being victimized and being locked up on false account. And I'm beyond tired. You know what I mean? Like my grief. My grief and agony is it's turned into despair. But I'm able to utilize and alchemize these dark nights of the soul and try to for the sake of my mental health, try to I'm always looking for solutions and balance. So even if I do end up dying violently, at least it's balance. It's for the cause of balance. And my karma's clear. And like I said, after today, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to get out here and I'm going to get in the sun, and everything's been illuminated after the moon. After the moon comes the sun. So everything they've done in the dark is going to come to light. And like I said, that person, seduced that young man, and now he's passed away. And then even at the funeral, check this out. Even at the wake, his his dad says something like, her dad says something like, man, you know, I really wish that man would have been paying his child support, man, and and whoop de whoop. And I'm like I said before, when things strike me, and I'm not able to analyze it right then and there, but then as time goes on, and the universe reveals certain things, certain clues, I'm like, oh wow, okay. So he says that. She's still talking to the person who discovers his body, who might have given him the lethal dose, and then they put his body in the bed, which shows the complete discard for this man's life, and then call the police and say, hey, look, he died overdose, because they know that he dabbled with drugs from time to time. I met this young man prior to him passing away, and I wanted to tag team with him on some daddy, stepdaddy, thing, whatever. As I developed a relationship with his child, we were gonna do this together. I really wanted to see that take place. This black man with this young lady, because women, they need their daddies, and he dies after that. And there's a whole conspiracy around it. And when I mention it and try to get some kind of justice around it, I'm getting pinned down again and ran up on and kidnapped, illegally detained. This is domestic terrorism. We're not safe. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And that's why the world is going to continue to go into shambles. And that's why there will be revelation. That's why it's going to be destruction and chaos and famine and death and because it's the people that are up there, they're too comfortable. They're not trying to change anything. I'm reaching out and roaring and crying and screaming in terror, and nobody's helping. You know what I'm saying? So I refuse to just be another one just buried in the dirt and forgotten. So I feel like I'm already dead. I'm already deceased. They already killed my heart. They already broke my heart. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So, but for the future generations out there, this one's for y'all, all right? So I'm going to go on my journey, and I'm going to try to get out of this town. Like I said, this is how I've been living. As y'all can see, you know what I mean? This is how I've been living. And it's beautiful. This is how I was able to connect in a deep way to Mother Nature and become a florist. And then they took that away from me. You know what I'm saying? So, this person, they're satanic, and I feel ashamed for sharing my body with this person. I'm getting myself checked, make sure I'm okay, because if people are capable of this, then they're capable of other things as well, spreading filth and things like that. So, all right, y'all, I got more to come. I'm gonna get as much out as possible. All right, y'all be blessed, be safe, keep me in prayer, please.